Alrighty, now here's a super bluesy tune that you'll hear out there in jam land called Can't You Hear Me Calling? We'll do it out of G. Metronome. 4, 2, 3. All right. So, we're going to start with a chop up intro. This is very classic for this tune. Over the years, some tunes just get certain intros that are just, that just follow that particular break, throughout time. And so that's what, then it's connected to it. And so that's kind of like this one, this kind of intro with the little chop up chromatic lick. B, C, C sharp, D. You can do that. You can also do a double, play a fifth across. Got videos on fifths and all the intervals. If that's confusing, please jump over there. Okay, and then so that's a B, C, C sharp, D. That's a D, C, D, G. And so that jumps back over to the D. So, G, D, little slide up, gentle slide up on that B, but then you can also catch that fifth, the B against an F sharp to give it some grit. Open A, G, and that's our first little phrase. Okay, then you're going to really push yourself into C. The next phrase starts on C, not even really in C yet with the guitar chord, but this is a great example of driving a song into that next chord. So that's just C, D, E, G, E, G, G, slide into it. And that's a G, F, E, D, B, D. And you can couple that with a fourth to play the G. So that much would be. Okay, and then here comes a really classic lick for this tune. C, D, E, quick E. That's a just kind of a little rhythmic thing. And then you slide kind of the same way, actually exactly the same way you did in that Wheelhouse tune we talked about. Classic sliding on that third G, B, sliding on the B, so you're starting with a little bit of a flat there. B flat, sliding it up some. Okay. So we go. best G, or D against a G. Okay? And then, so that's 3/4 of it. And to end it, that's just a D, E, G, A, B. Runs into a C chord, so you're going to play that 6th of a C like you did in Roanoke. C against the E. And then, some of the classic versions of this tune actually do a chromatic walk up from C. Then you just play the next note a half step up from each of those. So it's going to be a F and a C sharp, just as a passing tone. And then slide that up to where you're playing a 6th with a D. So F sharp and a D. And that's a classic lick right there. It's used so many times. Is that from a D, go to an F sharp, slide it up kind of from the F, and then come straight over to your D, slide down from the 5, up from the 3, over to the 1. You can also, if you want to do it more notey, you could go, let's see, just go by that C, kind of the same noting that you used on the break in Wheelhouse and Roanoke. Okay, and then all these tunes are going to end with some kind of flourish, because you've got some space before the singer comes back in. And so you can go something like this. And that's just a G, F, G, F, and then you can catch an F against the D note. So it's really the same lick as you did over here with a D. Right? You're sliding down with the D, up with the B, landed on a G. Over here, same thing. D slides down, B comes up, end on a G. Except here, I was catching a double stop against the F. So using that flattened F, or flattened 7 note against the 5th note of the scale, which gives a super bluesy sound. Sliding it like that. Yeah, this tune is just quintessential blues. So I really encourage you to play around with using F notes, using the flattened 7ths, sliding in, sliding out. I'll just do a quick example, just something off the top of my head, some kind of variation. Let's see what happens. I could go. Something like that. And we won't go through every single one of those notes. There's about to be some of it you heard and you thought, oh, that's pretty cool. There might be something like, I hope I never do that. But, come up with your own. And, and that was quite a bit of a deviation from exactly what I played before. It doesn't have to be that drastic, right? It can just be something simple, like instead of going maybe you start over here on a G. That works perfect. Instead of the chromatic walk up, just start on a G. You can go G, B, C, D. And then come over here instead of going no. Alright, that's the lick we learned. But you could also do something like this. You get how about that? Just come off of a G and then straight over to your B and slide it back. Or yeah, you could do that. Just a F, G, F, D, and you could do that D, C, B lick, or that slide off the D to bring that out. Slide off the D up, like that. Alright, and so that's just an example of the ways that you can think about adding other notes in. And sometimes it works. Sometimes you're like, well, I don't think that works so well, but let me try something else. That's fine. That's how all this stuff, that's how everybody learns, and that's how the music progresses, and that's how we get this stuff in our head and our hands. Alrighty. Well, thanks. See y'all later.